And a very, very interesting post from my boy Seagull this past weekend, guys. Oh my goodness gracious. The man who got out of the competitive Overwatch League, I would say right around the right time, maybe a year or so too early. We missed you, Seagull, but making a great move into the streaming side of things. And yes, he actually had a tweet this past week really breaking down an issue which is seemingly imminent in the Overwatch scene. We have long talked about the struggling viewership and, of course, how many pros have either retired or switched esports with the rise of Valorant. And as of late, we're now seeing a lot of teams out there dropping multiple pros. And I mean, that list is getting very, very strenuous and very, very long. Now, what Seagull points out, and a great point to be made, by the way, in case you guys are Call of Duty fans, we saw this as Call of Duty League from the first franchise season went from 5v5 to 4v4, and nearly every single team cleared house, if not multiple pros. It was a massacre, but that was for different reasons. This is actually because we await a brand new game of Overwatch 2, and with that potential scene, that esports scene and events revolving around that new title, maybe not starting till, you know, decently early on into next year, are these teams now dropping their players in the offseason to save some much needed cash? I think it certainly could be debated. As Seagull said, Overwatch League desperately needs a players association. With Overwatch 2 on the horizon, poor viewership, and a rumored late start to the season, maybe in April, teams are incentivized to drop players and save money. Why spend money on talent that might not be talent when Overwatch 2 hits? And he continued on by saying, good luck as well to the freelancers behind the scenes who have to make ends meet until the next season starts. This offseason is particularly brutal. But there are likely multiple reasons as to why we've seen so many rosters. You know, the Fuel, Spitfire, Vancouver Titans got a head start on that, and LA Gladiators. A lot of teams out there dropping not just some players, but a lot of players from their lineups. As we did showcase that list, there are probably multiple reasons as to why these rosters are doing so. Let's get that straight, but certainly one of those reasons could be what Seagull points out. I actually like Tempo's take as well. He kind of plays the flip side of things as to why these teams could be making changes. Sometimes you got to make big changes if you want some big differences in your results come next season. If that roster's not going to do it, you might have to replace quite a few pieces, as he does point out, saying, I don't think that's what's going on at all. I think many teams have realized their current core of players won't bring them to a championship and want to make significant roster changes. Top free agents will be signed long before the end of this year. And continue by saying players like Moth or Dante, proven talents still in their prime, will have zero issues. Same for rising stars like Shockwave, but you can't expect teams that have run the same core for years with no success, example being Outlaws, to stick with the same roster. Many teams need change. And so this is where I love my job, because as a talk show, you know, we can just kind of bounce it off to you guys as to what you think. Certainly, I have longingly talked about the struggles of Overwatch League. Guys, I want the success of every esport out there. As those esports succeed, technically, I think we should be doing well over here, and I get to keep my job a bit longer. I want it to succeed, but certainly has had a slew of issues, and with the approach of Overwatch 2, we all knew this was going to happen. If you're going to have a new game title, a lot of issues are going to arise, and we are now seeing a lot of teams trying to combat that in different ways. I'm sure that some of these teams would like to save money, and maybe that is the best move, but there probably are more reasons as to why so many players are being dropped. It is, though, at least in my opinion, it's still a tad concerning for a pro player base that, yes, Seagull points out, even the broadcast, the talent team out there having to get by for that period of time. These are going to be iffy next few months. We will see what happens with the future of Overwatch League, and more importantly, Overwatch 2. Can that be the bounce back this game needs? Well, we're going to find out. Until next time, hope you guys all enjoy. You know what to do, all right? Drink that water, drink that coffee. I'll catch you back here sometime soon.